Is garden lighting an essential part of your garden? Hi, I'm Craig. I design and build gardens in Hertfordshire, primarily in the Welwyn Garden City, St Albans, Harpenden areas. My personal opinion is there are certain situations where garden lighting is essential. Those are primarily around safety and security, for your peace of mind. So if you're coming home at night and the ambient light within the neighbourhood is insufficient, then I would recommend some additional garden lighting just to illuminate those dark little areas for your own peace of mind. The same could be said for a large urban garden or a garden in the countryside, where some additional lighting nearer the house may give you a little bit of peace of mind. The rest of the time, garden lighting is a nice to have. Ultimately, during the summer, it is quite late, so you don't necessarily need garden lighting. In this particular garden, we're putting it in as a nice to have, to highlight the features, like to highlight the cascading bowls. So there's a warm white spotlight cascade that's projecting onto that water where it would cascade from one bowl to another. Or there's highlighting the planting, or in this situation we're using also uplighters to uplight the larch here in our gazebo. So this is a nice to have, will create a beautiful landscape, but it isn't essential. If your budget is insufficient to do the lighting with the main body of the landscaping of your garden, then it can be added on later on. You just need to make certain provisions for it. For example, you'll need ducting under various parts of your paving to run the cables later, or even run the cables at the time the garden's being built and then add the lighting on later. So some thought needs to be put together for the ultimate integration of lighting into your garden, should you want it. It doesn't necessarily need to be done at the point the garden is built. But do consider, is it really an essential part? When you're primarily using your garden in the summer months, it is light, and therefore lighting is just a nice highlight. If there is a safety aspect, then I would say it's essential and should move up the list of priorities. And maybe you need to sacrifice another element of your garden to ensure the lighting is installed. Is lighting expensive? Yes, it can add up. You need a qualified electrician to make the connections to the house. And in this situation where we're using low voltage LEDs, I'm able to do the connections. I don't need to be a qualified electrician, just a competent person to make the connections. Ideally you can zone areas, so we have a remote control system to be installed here. It has 4 channels. We have 2 water features, so those are being controlled by this remote control system, so that they'll be able to be turned on independently. And then we've got 2 zones for lighting. One zone is this gazebo that I'm sat in, and the other is the rest of the general lighting around the garden. So consider, do you really require lighting? What sort of lighting is required? Less is more. Don't go for black wall illuminations, in my opinion. Be subtle about it. Don't go for Ibiza. You know, those strip lights. That's my personal opinion on lighting.